Alright guys, we are back in the Simply Smoked driveway. It is a nice 60 degrees on this Sunday afternoon. Just got back from Costco, bought a couple of large cuts of meat that will be the subject of future videos. As you can see, we got some charcoal going. I'm also firing up the pellet side. Now, last time I promised you guys a full-blown grill review, so we're going to heat up both sides to grilling temperatures and see just how evenly we can disperse the heat on the pellet side. Once this gets up and going, I'm also going to toss a split down in our split basket so we can get this pellet side up to a good grilling temperature. I'm also probably gonna season the La Plancha. Alright guys, we're back out here at the LSG EFT. Got our pellet side rolling. So you got a solid fire in there. So warming up our split for the split basket. Show you guys setting it in there. See what that looks like. You just gotta prop up our prop that up a little bit and grab some tongs and pull our sear plate back. I might even be able to do it with my charcoal rake. Get that back in place. Boom, like it was made for it. We're gonna let this heat up. We got the La Plancha on. I sprayed it down with some Pam just like I did the other internal components here. Got our charcoal going. I'll get that spread out. I'm gonna actually turn up the temperature. I'll run this all the way up to 450. Get the door closed, let everything get nice and hot. Those of you that might have been wondering too, do have the great hooks on the back. I was able to slide one of those out and it balances pretty well. In all honesty, I'm not sure if I would ever be able to balance both of them at the same time, for the bottom grates that is, but truth be told, I'm not really sure there will ever be an instance where I need to have both of them off at the same time. So holds one, probably wouldn't hold both. Certainly holds the top rack well. And other than that, guys, next time you see us, we'll be loading this thing up with some hot dogs. One other feature I wanted to point out, guys, is the ability to adjust the pellet feed rate on these fireboard controllers. So you see now it's on auto. Oops. Pull that back up, or auto. If you switch that to manual, what that does is basically let you control the feed rate of the pellets rather than running off a temperature. You can just control that auger feed rate. And when we're going to be grilling, it's in my opinion, I like to turn them up to 100%. When I had the 20x42, that was something that I often did. And I think that, coupled with our split in the split basket, which I'll show you guys here in a minute, should get us up to some pretty solid temperatures on that La Plancha or your grill grates if you're running grill grates. I am going to go get an infrared thermometer and we'll take some temperatures and get the hot dogs on. Alright guys, we are out here at the LSG. We are running very warm. I'm gonna get some IR temp gun readings. You can see over the fire pot. I'm not sure if you can make that out. That's 522 degrees. And towards the left side of our La Plancha, we're at 471. So pretty decent temperature drop there, but I've really only been running this thing for a couple minutes. On our charcoal side, see quite a bit higher. We're at 826 degrees. We're also directly under the grate. I might just drop it down a little bit because we're only making hot dogs. And I don't want to turn them into charcoal themselves. But real quick, we will take a look where we get the hot dogs on. Let's take a look inside. See, our split is rolling. We got a solid fire going in there, and it's just dumping pellets in pretty quick. One thing they obviously thought about here too, even though this does have that drop-in fire pot, they also got that heat shield in front of the pellets now, kind of like a little chute for them to dump down into so they don't catch on fire if you're running a split, which, as you can see from this thing roaring, it definitely would. Another thing too, guys, if you do find yourself buying an EFT, got to be careful with these doors. Even though the handle itself is not hot, when you get this thing down and it's hanging down, if you catch part of that metal door itself, you're going to be in for a bad time. We'll get these hot dogs on, see just how well we do getting these grilled up. So went to Costco today. We got a pack of Kirkland's Finest. Taking a little juice onto our La Plancha. I hope they don't roll away because we are on the driveway. Ooh. They sound good already. I'm excited. We'll do half the pack on our La Plancha and run the other half over the charcoal. Look at that, guys, they're just turning themselves. Raise that up one more. We'll let these go for a little bit. So it would be a little easier to see. We took it down for the viewers. I'll take the top grate off. You definitely don't need to if this is your own pit. And you're cooking at home, but I just wanted you guys to get a good look at what we're working with here. I don't think it's going to take too long at all for these little doggies to be done. Bring that back up. Really feel that heat on the hands. I might have to invest in a longer pair of tongs. This thing gets ripping hot. Ooh, thought he could get away from me. It's too quick. I'm too quick on the tongs, everybody. Too quick indeed. Not today, hot dog. Not today. Alright, guys. Glad I got to showcase some of my reflexes. Some people say they're like a cheetahs. But we'll be back soon putting these weenies on some buns and even a little ketchup and mustard. I know some of you hate to hear that ketchup word, but it's one of my favorites. Alright, we'll be back soon. Alright guys, I was just a little curious, so I left it running after I took the hot dogs off. We can see running 100% pellets. We're at 550 on the fireboard thermocouple inside, 500 on the tell true on the right, and 450 tell true on the left. But let's see what we're looking at on the IR. Over the fire pot on the pellet side, we're at 660. And after giving this thing some time to really warm up and spread the heat, we're at 623 on the left-hand side. Let's see if we can grab a spot on the grates. Kind of all over the place, but this certainly is not a top-of-the-line IR scanner. And we got a lot of heat emanating off of those charcoals, so I'm sure it's going to start kind of throwing the temperatures off a bit. But as you can see, we're well over 600, 700 degrees on our coal side. So if you have the question of whether or not El Fuego Trio can utilize the entire space for grilling, I would say that answer is yes. All right, guys, we are back inside the Simply Smoked kitchen, ready to bun up this wiener. Hit it with a little mustard, ketchup, and oh my gosh, that's not what you want to see. That's a messy wiener, but it's still gonna taste good. Thanks for stopping by the Simply Smoked kitchen. Stay smoky, guys.